Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me tonight to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news and television movies and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight, it's season 31. It's episode 2, and tonight's show is titled 5 Nights at the Trap House. We got a couple movies to talk about, a couple TV shows, and, of course, the news of the week. So let's get her going. So we jumped on over to the movie theater this weekend to check out the big release, 5 Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, I went into this movie with very low expectations because I saw the first movie and I wasn't very wowed by it. Now, it was different circumstances back then, right? That movie came out a couple years ago. For whatever reason, Peacock decided to, or I should say Universal decided to put the movie out day and date with Peacock and in theaters. So I ended up just watching it at home on Peacock. And I found the movie to just kind of be meh. Like, it was okay, but it was definitely not the movie we were all excited to see. This movie was in development for so many years that I just had really high expectations for it, based on this video game. And, I'll tell you, the better version is Willy's Wonderland. If you've never seen that movie with Nicolas Cage, that's your 5 Nights at Freddy's. You should watch that one because it's an R-rated movie with the same kind of concept. But check out Willy's Wonderland. That is the movie I like. But over on the 5 Nights at Freddy's, I felt like they really aimed at this movie for the younger audience. And I can kind of understand that just because of, the video games and kind of who's really into the thing at this point. And, the movie was a ginormous hit. So, of course, they fast-tracked it for a sequel. Here we are. This one not on Peacock. You had to go to the movie theater to see it. And so I took my daughter. My daughter actually was like, I really want to see 5 Nights at Freddy's 2. And I was like, well, okay. So me and my daughter had a little daddy-daughter date, and we went and we checked this one out. And yeah, just again, man. Like, I just, it didn't change much for me being on the big screen. It was actually kind of boring and not much happens. And when the stuff does happen, it's not that great because it's PG-13 and you don't really see what happens because the camera cuts so much. So it kind of, it's really disappointing with that. That was my biggest takeaway with the first movie is the PG-13 rating, and I just can't handle it, man. When you try to give me a horror movie and you don't see any of the kills because they can't, it kind of takes away from it for me. It's not scary otherwise, and it doesn't have enough going for it story-wise to cover up the kills like that. So to me, it was an uphill battle. But I will say my daughter loved it. My daughter really, really liked it. So, I guess there is an audience for this. So, and the box office shows us as well, too, that people still want to see this thing. But I feel like this franchise has definitely leaned more towards the teenager kind of range. And, there's nothing wrong with that. You found your niche, stick to it, because I'm sure we're going to get a third one. But this one here, 1 year since the supernatural nightmare that happened at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the stories about what transpired there have been twisted into a campy local legend, inspiring the town's first ever Faz Fest. With the truth kept from her, Abby sneaks out to reconnect with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, setting into motion a terrifying series of events that will reveal dark secrets about the real origin of Freddy's and unleash a decade's-hidden horror. Of course, you got everybody back from the first movie. They do what they can with the material, man. Like I said, it's not horrible, but it's not good at the same time. So I give 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 stars. Look at that. It's right in the title. 2 stars there. It was just okay at best for me. But again, my 12-year-old daughter really, really liked it. So take that what you will. My next movie is another new release, but this one's on the VOD side of things. This movie did not get a theatrical release. and just came right out on VOD. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And I definitely want to watch this because it stars my man, Dave Bautista. I love Bautista, man. So I always try to support. This movie is called Trap House, and your main stars are Dave Bautista and Bobby Cannavale. So this one here is about an undercover DEA agent and his partner, and they embark on a game of cat and mouse with an audacious and surprising group of thieves. Their own rebellious teenagers. They've begun robbing from a dangerous cartel using their parents' tactics and top secret intel to do it. So I kind of like the premise. I really dug it. You know, Dave Bautista and Bobby, they are DEA agents, and they're tracking down all these cartels. And, you know, if you cross the wrong cartel, of course, they come after you. They come after your family. And some stuff happens. And, of course, all these DE agents have kids in high school, and they're all friends. They're all best friends. And they decide to use their parents' intel to go rob these cartel people to get the money. It's an interesting concept. I haven't really seen much like this before. And here's what I'll say. I had a good time with this one. I thought this was a fun little action movie. It's nothing great. I can see why it went straight to VOD. This would not have done really anything in the movie theater for sure. But the kids are pretty good. The acting's pretty decent. Dave seems really, really loose in this role. Bobby's always great. It's a fun little action flick, man. Hour 42 minutes of your time. Have a blast. If this premise sounds cool, I think you'll dig it. Like, I really did. So, you know, again, I think I watch movies with a lower expectation when I watch it on VOD. But I dug it. It's not the greatest, but it did its thing, and it got me there. And I appreciated Trap House, so I'll give this one 3 out of 5 stars. Over on the TV side, my only big new release is the new documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning. This, of course, here's the big documentary that dropped on Netflix this past weekend, produced by 50 Cent, and he goes hard on Sean Combs. Of course, P. Diddy, you know what's happened over there, Puff Daddy. And this is a 4-part miniseries that really spans everything. This documentary series unpacks the shocking allegations behind Sean Diddy Combs and his bad boy empire, spanning decades of his life and career. This thing really does take you through his entire life. And in the beginning, it was a little boring. It was kind of like, hey, let's get to it. But once you see when he starts to get into the music business and he starts to launch Bad Boy, it's a pretty interesting story, man, and he's really done a lot of people wrong. Now, of course, the people from Diddy's side say a lot of the stuff in this thing is completely made up. 50 Cent didn't like him, and this is like a hit job. It could be, but you know what? After watching this thing, I have a completely different idea of Diddy. Now, I already had a pretty shitty idea of him after all these other allegations and seeing him beat women. But after you watch this documentary, you pretty much loathe him. And it did its thing, man. It was a very interesting documentary. So I'll shout this one out. Check it out on Netflix. Sean Combs' The Reckoning. And lastly, I always like to shout out shows when their finale airs to let you guys know, hey, you can check it all out now. And how a show kind of wraps up. And one of the shows that I really, really dig is Bel-Air. I love Bel-Air. This, of course, is the show that is the drama version of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I thought it was such a unique concept when they came out with this show that they weren't doing it as a comedy. It's not a reboot. It's a completely different spin and take on the characters and the premise of A Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And they just finished their 4th season. Kind of blazed through it a little quick, which was a little unfortunate. I liked binging it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, we could have stretched this out a little bit longer because they dropped this is 8 episodes. They dropped 3, they dropped 2, and then they dropped 3 again. So, it's over already. In just 3 weeks, I've already blazed through this whole 4th season. But I loved it. It was a great finale season, and it was a great finale episode, man. I won't lie. Tears streamed down my face. I felt it for the Banks family, and it ends on a real sweet note. That I was super giddy for. So hopefully you don't get it spoiled if you like this show, but definitely go check it out, man. You can binge all 8 episodes right now on Peacock. What a great series. If you never got into it, I think it's worth a shot, man. Like I said, it's very unique to be a drama retelling of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I thought it worked really, really well, man. I loved all the characters. I loved seeing this different spin on a classic take, man. So Great wrap up, and I'll be sad to see this one go. Bel-Air Season 4, all streaming now. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Again, in the theaters, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 2 out of 5 stars. Over on the VOD side, Trap House, 3 out of 5 stars. Over on the TV side, Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Check it out on Netflix. And you can now stream all of Season 4 of Bel-Air over on Peacock. All right, let's get into our box office. Coming in at number 10, it is Predator Badlands. Number 9 is a debut. It's a movie called Durandar. Number 8 is Hamnet. Number 7, Eternity. Number 6 was the re-release of Kill Bill, the new Whole Bloody Affair edition, where they basically merged Kill Bill 1 and 2 into one big movie. So that came out at number 6. Pretty good for that, with 3.4 million. Number 5 was Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Number 4 was Jujutsu Kaisen Execution. Number 3 was Wicked for Good. Number 2 was Zootopia 2. And number 1, we just talked about it, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, bringing in a whopping $64 million in its debut weekend, man. Hell of a debut. Of course, this movie probably cost 20 maybe at most, so congratulations, bringing in 64 million for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. All right, let's get on over to our news of the week. And again, if you want to see any trailers, any posters, any full articles, listings, everything, the best place to do it is on our X page. Just go to x.com/amiontheair. You don't even need to be a subscriber of X. Just go do it so you can check everything out. All right, let's get into it. We found out that Euphoria Season 3, so anticipated, man. Everybody's been wondering, when is this thing going to hit? It's been so many years since Season 2, but we found out that it will come out April of 2026. So get ready for some Euphoria. Scarlett Johansson is in official negotiations to star in The Batman Part 2 alongside Robert Pattinson. We don't know who she is in negotiations to be, but we all love Scarlett Johansson, and she'll be a great addition to this. I just wish she would have signed up for the actual DCU and not this Elseworld Batman. But, you know, like I said, I love Scarlett, so I'd love to see what she does here in this new Batman 2. We have the official trailer for Lily Collins with Emily in Paris Season 5. This premieres on Netflix December 18th. Ryan Murphy's new series, The Beauty, will officially premiere on January 21st over on Hulu. We have a new trailer for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. This one's going to hit theaters on January 16th. Very interested to see where this part of the franchise is going to go after the one that came out this past summer. We have the first trailer for Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, starring Samara Weaving, Catherine Newton, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Elijah Wood. This movie is going to hit theaters this spring. Bonkers trailer. I loved it. I really loved the first movie. Can't wait to see this one. Hopefully it's a ton of fun. Hayden Panettiere stars in a new horror movie called Sleepwalker, and we have the first trailer for that. WWE World Champion CM Punk is officially joining the cast of the Netflix movie The Bodyguard. So love CM Punk. So congratulations to Punk there getting that role. Leonardo DiCaprio has confirmed that he will be in Heat 2. That's, of course, been a rumor up to this point, so glad to get some confirmation there from Leo himself. Your Friends and Neighbors, one of my favorite shows of this year. Such a good show with John Hamm. If you haven't seen it, check it out on Apple TV+. But the new season will premiere, Season 2, on April 3rd, 2026. So get ready for that. I am more than ready. I love that show. We have the new final trailer for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. This, of course, is the Game of Thrones series spinoff. This will premiere January 18th on HBO Max. Joe, Nick, and Kevin Jonas are here in the first teaser for Camp Rock 3. That's right, that premieres this summer on Disney+. We have a first look at Spider Noir. That's right, Nicolas Cage is back as the Spider Noir from Into the Spider-Verse. Remember, he voiced that character in the first Spider-Verse movie, and now he's got a live-action series coming to Prime Video. That's right, the new Spider-Man series will release in 2026 in both black and white and color versions. It's going to be pretty cool, man. Live-action series, once again starring Nicolas Cage, so very excited to see the first trailer look for that. Keke Palmer and Jack Whitehall star in the first teaser for The Burbs. This is a new comedy series that is going to be streaming on Peacock starting February 8th. We also have your first look teaser at The Night Agent Season 3. This premieres February 19th over on Netflix. Disney's live-action Tangled movie has suffered a little bit of a blow. You know, we talked about Scarlett Johansson joining the Batman movie, and since she's going to do that, she can no longer do the Tangled movie, so she had to drop out of that one. Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy star in the new Magic Fairway Tree. This is the new trailer that just dropped for this one. Very interesting trailer to check out. The Blue Bloods and Fire Country spinoffs have officially been picked up for second seasons, just 6 episodes into the respective freshman runs. So, yeah, Boston Blue and Sheriff Country both renewed for season 2 over on CBS. Andrew Scott is joining Lisa Kudrow for the Comeback's final season. We are very excited about this one, man. Glenn Powell officially coming back. Chad Powers has been renewed for season 2 over on Hulu. Loved Chad Powers, man. Such a funny show. Very happy to see it officially back for season 2. Let's see here. Euphoria. We got some information on this again. It will jump ahead 5 years when the hit HBO drama will return. Creator showrunner Sam Levinson is teasing where all the characters have ended up after all that time away. So you can check out that full article if you want to know more. Hugh Laurie will star in the next season of Apple TV's global espionage thriller Tehran. And ahead of the season 3 release, the streaming giant has already renewed the series for a 4th season. Let's see. The new Paramount regime has already killed several projects in development, including the Miles Teller rom-com Winter Games, Ferris Bueller's Day Off spinoff, Victor and Sam's Day Off, and Colin Trevorrow's Area 51 movie that had Ryan Reynolds attached to produce. So, a lot of big-sounding movies that have already been canceled by Paramount. Kit Harington is going to be boarding Hulu's Count My Lies opposite Lindsay Lohan and Shailene Woodley for that new show. A new Clue scripted series is in development over at Peacock. This is probably the big news of the last week that, you know, we all know that Warner Brothers has been up for sale and everybody's been bidding. And 2 of the biggest bidders were Netflix and Paramount. And it was kind of going back and forth. And then this past, I believe Sunday, we got word that Netflix entered exclusive talks with Warner Brothers to acquire the company. And then pretty much the very next morning, we got word that it was official that Netflix is buying Warner Brothers for an estimated $82.7 billion. It expects to maintain the studio's current operations, including theatrical releases for movies. In the near term, Netflix signaled that it would keep HBO Max as its own service, while it also touted the addition of its content of HBO and HBO Max content to be added to the library over on Netflix, so they could have everything in one spot. So crazy deal, thinking it's going to Netflix, and it's a lot of money, and a lot of people are scared out there because they see Netflix and they think streaming, right? Netflix is going to ruin the theatrical experience. Now, the owners of Netflix have already come out and said, look, we'd be crazy to basically fuck up this Warner Brothers thing. We believe that the Warner Brothers label will maintain its own thing, and we will continue to put Warner Brothers movies out in the theater. Do not be scared. Do not fret. That is still the plan. So I believe that. I believe they understand that. It's very important. Theatrical distribution is very important to all the actors, to directors, to everybody in Hollywood. Netflix would be idiots to just say, fuck all y'all, we're going to go straight to streaming. It doesn't make any sense, and they would be blackballed, and a lot of actors and actresses would not want to work with them. It doesn't make any sense. So I do believe that Netflix will keep Warner Brothers running as its own thing. We'll merge HBO and HBO Max into Netflix, so that will be different. But that's no big deal. And we'll keep things going in the theater. Now, that went into effect, and literally, like the day after that, Paramount Pictures said, hold my drink, because we want Warner Brothers, and we believe we had the better bid. So Paramount Pictures is now opted into a hostile bidding It's funny that they use the word hostile, but basically Paramount's saying, look, we offered $108 billion. So how can you take Netflix at 82 when we offered 108 and we have the better deal overall? So now Netflix has to, not Netflix, but Warner Brothers needs to reevaluate everything. They need to look through everything, and they need to do a fair assessment here, because why would you not go with the company that's paying you more money? So we will see how this plays out, but it is an interesting time when it comes to this buyout here, man. Because Netflix also only wants really Warner Brothers and like the HBO stuff, whereas I believe Paramount, if they buy Warner Brothers, they want everything, all the TV channels, all the stuff. So it might be why their bidding is higher, and it might be why they feel the Netflix deal is better, because they want to sell off the TV stuff to a different company. So lots of in and outs here, but in either case, it looks like Warner Brothers will have a new owner in the next, year or so. All right, let's get back to some regular news. Men in Black 5, yes, you heard me correct, is officially underway at Sony, with Bad Boys franchise writer Chris Bremner set to draft the script. It is currently unclear if Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones will return. Now, from what I hear, Will Smith is open to return, but he said that, it's all going to depend on the script. So we will see there. I'm very happy about this news. Platonic has been renewed for season 3 over on Apple TV. I love Platonic. This is the Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne comedy that's on Apple TV. Love season 1 and 2. I love this show. So very, very happy to see it come back for season 3. The Peaky Blinders movie is officially called The Immortal Man, and it opens in select theaters on March 6th and will begin streaming on Netflix on March 20th. Netflix's Ted Sarandos says Warner Brothers movies will remain in theaters, and Netflix has no opposition to movies in theaters. So he says, my pushback has always been mostly in the fact of long exclusive windows, which don't really think are very consumer friendly. I wouldn't look at this as a change in approach for Netflix movies or for Warner movies. I think over time the windows will evolve to be much more consumer friendly, to be able to meet the audience where they are quicker. I'd say right now you should count on everything that is planned on going to the theater through Warner Brothers will continue to go to theaters through Warner Brothers, and Netflix movies will take the same strides they have, which is some of them will have a short run in the theater beforehand, but our primary goal is to bring first run movies to our members because that's what they're looking for. Netflix also sent out a message that just said, today Netflix announced our acquisition of Warner Brothers. Together, we will define the next century of storytelling, creating an extraordinary entertainment offering for audiences everywhere. The 5th and final season of The Boys will premiere April 8th over on Prime Video. Too far away, man. I really wanted it like next month. So, very happy it's coming, but man, I gotta wait till April to get it. They also dropped the official trailer for the 5th and final season. Trailer's awesome. It's about 2 minutes long. I cannot wait. I love The Boys. Sad it's the final season, but it looks like they're gonna go out on a big bang. We have the official trailer for the new reality series Members Only Palm Beach. This starts streaming December 29th over on Netflix. Sterling K. Brown stars in Paradise Season 2, and we finally have an official release date, February 23rd, over on Hulu, along with the first teaser trailer, so check out that. I loved Paradise. Season 1 was excellent, so I cannot wait for Season 2 here on February 23rd. We got word that Avengers Endgame is going to return to the big screen in September of 2026 to get us all pumped and ready for Doomsday. Let's see here. We have the official release date for The Strangers Chapter 3. This is going to hit theaters on February 6th. We have a first teaser for Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. It's a 4-part event series that will premiere on Disney Plus in 2026 sometime. It's a horrible little teaser. It's not even worth watching, but at least you know the release date there. Super Troopers 3 is officially going to drop on August 7th. The new horror movie Him is finally going to hit Peacock on December 19th. I really like the movie Him. I know a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was great. So looking forward to more people exploring and finding it over on Peacock starting December 19th. The Handmaid's Tale spinoff show, The Testaments, will hit Hulu in April of 2026. Landman has already been renewed for season 3 over on Paramount Plus. Big congratulations there. Love Landman, so glad to see it picked up for another season. School Spirits, we have the season 3 first look, and it comes back in January. Mandy Moore has lined up her next project. It'll be an erotic thriller that's over in the works over at Peacock. We have the 2026 Critics' Choice Awards for film and TV nominees. Check that out if you're interested. A newly restored version of the original version of Star Wars: A New Hope will be released in theaters starting February 19th of 2027. That's right, not in 2026. You're going to have to wait. It's still a couple years. But February 19, 2027. The Simpsons Movie 2 has been delayed a little bit. It was originally supposed to come out the summer of 2027. It will now hit theaters September 3rd of 2027. We have a very small, less than 10 seconds little teaser for Supergirl. The full trailer is supposed to hit us this week, so we will, of course, post that the second it drops. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to see what they got for us with Supergirl. Let's see here. Marcelo Hernandez, his new comedy special, American Boy, he's from SNL, of course, is going to hit Netflix on January 7th. Looking forward to checking that one out. Paramount Skydance seeking to derail Netflix's deal to buy Warner Brothers by launching a hostile takeover bid. Paramount's bid for Warner Brothers is valued at $108 billion. Paramount promises to release more than 30 films in movie theaters as the company launches its hostile takeover for Warner Brothers. In a call with press and investors on Monday, the company said it will also honor healthy traditional windows. We have the Golden Globe nominees. Are you ready, man? This is one of the biggest lead-ups here to the Oscars as we start to find out what is the best of the best according to the Golden Globes. And we'll run through some of the major categories here. TV, drama series, The Diplomat, The Pit, Pluribus, Severance, Slow Horses, and The White Lotus. Musical or comedy series, Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, and The Studio. Limited series, anthology series, or made-for-TV movie, Adolescence, All Her Fault, The Beast in Me, Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, and The Girlfriend. Best female actor in a drama, Kathy Bates for Matlock, Britt Lower for Severance, Helen Mirren for Mobland, Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us, Kerry Russell for The Diplomat, and Rhea Seehorn for Pluribus. Best male actor in a drama, Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Diego Luna for Andor, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Mark Ruffalo for Task, Adam Scott for Severance, and Noah Wiley for The Pit. Best female actor in a musical or comedy, Kristen Bell, Nobody Wants This, Ayo Edebiri for The Bear, Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building, Natasha Lyonne for Poker Face, Jenna Ortega for Wednesday, Gene Smart for Hacks. Best male actor in a musical or comedy, Adam Brody for Nobody Wants This, Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building, Glenn Powell for Chad Powers, Seth Rogen for The Studio, Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building, and Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Best female actor in a limited series, anthology series, or made-for-TV movie, Claire Danes in The Beast in Me, Rashida Jones for Black Mirror, Amanda Seyfried for Long Bright River, Sarah Snook for All Her Fault, Michelle Williams for Dying for Sex, and Robin Wright for The Girlfriend. Best male actor in a limited series or anthology, Jacob Elordi for The Narrow Road to Deep North, Paul Giamatti for Black Mirror, Stephen Graham for Adolescence, Charlie Hunnam for Monster, The Ed Gein Story, Jude Law for Black Rabbit, and Matthew Reyes for The Beast in Me. Best female actor in a supporting role, Carrie Coon for The White Lotus, Erin Doherty for Adolescence, Hannah Adenbayer for Hacks, Catherine O'Hara for The Studio, Parker Posey for The White Lotus, and Amy Lou Wood for The White Lotus. Best male actor in a supporting role, Owen Cooper for Adolescence, Billy Crudup for The Morning Show, Walton Goggins for The White Lotus, Jason Isaacs for The White Lotus, Tremel Tillman for Severance, and Ashley Walters for Adolescence. Best performance in a stand-up comedy on television, Bill Maher for Bill Maher Is Anyone Else Seeing This?, Brett Goldstein for The Second Best Night of Your Life, Kevin Hart for Acting My Age, Kumail Nanjiani for Night Thoughts, Ricky Gervais for Mortality, and Sarah Silverman for Postmortem. Best podcast. I was not nominated, which really pisses me off. Come on, Golden Globe. Next year, I hope to see Am I on the Air on this list. We got Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, Call Her Daddy, Good Hang with Amy Poehler, the Mel Robbins podcast, Smartless, and Up First. Over on film, motion picture drama, Frankenstein, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Motion picture, musical, or comedy, Blue Moon, Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, One Battle After Another. Motion picture animated, Arco, Demon Slayer, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie or the Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. Cinematic and box office achievement. I love that Avatar is nominated and it hasn't even come out yet. But Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, K-pop Demon Hunters, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Sinners, Weapons, Wicked for Good, and Zootopia 2. They are definitely missing Superman in that list. Motion picture, we'll skip that one. Best female actor in a drama, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Jennifer Lawrence, Die My Love, Renate Renciv for Sentimental Value, Julia Roberts for After the Hunt, Tessa Thompson for Hida, and Eva Victor for Sorry Baby. Best male actor in a drama, Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams, Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein, my man Dwayne The Rock Johnson getting that nomination for The Smashing Machine, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, and Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Best female actor in a musical or comedy, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked for Good, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Chase Infinity for One Battle After Another, Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Best male actor in a musical or comedy, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, George Clooney for Jay Kelly, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Lee Bong-hong for No Other Choice, and Jesse Plemons for Begonia. Best female actor in a supporting role, Emily Blunt for The Smashing Machine, Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good, Ina Izdara Elias for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, and Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Best male actor in a supporting role, Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Paul Mescal for Hamnet, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. Best Director, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Guillermo del Toro for Frankenstein, Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident, Hohem Trier for Sentimental Value, and Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. I'm just going to skip the rest of them. That is all the main categories there. Of course, we have the full list for all the other categories that I had to skip over for time constraints. Warner Brothers has said officially they will carefully review Paramount Skydance's $30 per share acquisition offer and issue a decision within 10 business days. So there you go. We'll see what happens with that. Netflix CEOs are super confident of closing the Warner Brothers Discovery deal. They say merger will protect jobs in the industry. They also said that we didn't buy this company to destroy the value, and they are staying very positive about it all. Don't forget that starting in January, you'll be able to stream every UFC fight available with your Paramount Plus subscription, so that's pretty damn awesome right there. We have the first trailer for the Copenhagen Test. This stars Simu Liu and Melissa Barrera. This new series starts streaming on Peacock on December 27th. We have some first look at your Season 5, Volume 2 characters for Netflix's, of course, Stranger Things. Pretty cool little posters here they put out for all the characters here as we get ready for Volume 2. Steve Carell's new HBO Max TV show is officially titled Rooster, and it will premiere on March of 2026. Osgood Perkins' divisive new horror movie, Keeper, is officially hit digital starting today. So you can get that one on premium VOD as of today. We have the brand new trailer for Mercy. This, of course, is the new movie with Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. I think this movie looks awesome. I'm seeing a lot of people being dogging this online, and I don't really understand why. And I know it looks a lot like Minority Report, and I've seen people be like, oh, I already saw this movie. It was Minority Report. It's not the same thing as Minority Report. I see the similarities, but it's totally different. And it looks really damn cool, man. I don't get it. Like, I love the first trailer, and this second trailer is awesome. So I say check it out, man. This movie is going to hit theaters on January 23rd. It's been filmed for IMAX. It's going to be in 3D. It's supposed to be an experience, and I'm there for it, man. So check out the new trailer. The Pit Season 2 will officially premiere on January 8th over on HBO Max. The Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 is officially coming in 2026. The drama starring Robert Pattinson and Zendaya is going to hit theaters on April 3rd of next year. Avengers Doomsday trailer is supposedly going to happen before Avatar Fire and Ash, and supposedly it's only like a minute and 25 seconds, so it's going to be a true teaser, and I know it's going to drive me nuts when they don't really show anything in this trailer, but I'm still excited to see something. The new star-studded Margot's Got Money Troubles will premiere officially on Apple TV on May 20th of 2026. Jimmy Kimmel is staying put over at ABC. He has signed a 1-year extension on his contract. Sigourney Weaver is in talks to star in the live-action Tomb Raider series alongside Sophie Turner. We have the first trailer for the wonderfully weird world of Gumball Season 2. It will release on Hulu December 22nd. Going back to that Mercy movie again, Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson, the film follows a man trapped on a chair who must prove to an AI judge in 90 minutes that he didn't murder his wife. Again, looks super cool, man. Check out this trailer. Theaters January 23rd. Let's see here. Again, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos says that they will keep Warner Brothers' theatrical model largely the same once they buy the studio. He says, when this deal closes, we are now officially in the theatrical business, and we're going to do it. We didn't buy this company to destroy that value. So, again, I don't see anything to really worry about, but I know people are still going to worry. Kim Kardashian, Nikki Glaser, Brenda Song, and Fortune Feimster are set to star in The Fifth Wheel. It'll be directed by Eva Longoria. It'll be about a group of best friends who reconnect on a weekend in Vegas when a hot outsider, played by Kim Kardashian, crashes the party, forcing them to face their messy lives and unraveling friendships. It's written by Paula Pell and Janine Brito, so I think that might be pretty funny. We have the first teaser trailer for Baz Luhrmann's Epic. It is the Elvis Presley in concert. That's why it's called Epic. Get it? This will be releasing on IMAX on February 20th, and it's going to hit theaters worldwide on February 27th. This is a big concert movie that he directed. He directed of an older concert movie that he put together there. And lastly, the new Friday the 13th prequel series, Crystal Lake, is being described as a bloody, paranoid 70s thriller. There are rivers of blood in the show. They are very, I think, ingenuous kill sequences and deaths and murders, but it's all done in service of the character and theme. I'm very excited, man. I can't wait to see this Crystal Lake prequel series. It's supposed to be coming to Peacock soon. And on that note, my friends, we are done. I know I went a couple minutes over, but that's because I had to go through all those damn Golden Globe nominations. But I hope you feel caught up. I'm going to get you on out of here. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it. Make sure you save it. It's got everything you need right there. Socials and episodes, and just share it all to all your friends and family. Make sure you like us on Facebook at facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Give us a follow on our X page at AmIOnTheAir. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. And you can follow us on those same handles over on Threads and Blue Sky if you don't like to do the X thing. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast over on Spotify or Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen. We are available there. Just make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And please leave us a review. It would really, really help. Leave us a review. Shout out to our other socials. Make sure you follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We are available. Just search Am I on the Air? And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow them. Give them some love. Make sure you follow at Red Dragons Radio and at PopCulture_Pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. That'll do it from me on this Tuesday, December the 9th. I hope you all have an amazing week. We'll be back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. So take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!